panel of witnesses for joining us. Like most places across America, air travel is vital to New Mexico. It's a key component of our transportation system, whether it's keeping families connected, tourism that drives our economy. We've seen an increase with film production in our state. Netflix, NBC, Universal recently opened up some studios, acquired the largest sound stages. New Mexico is seeing an upswing with a growing economy as well. And as we've seen a return to better numbers since the pandemic first really took a hit to the airline industry, seeing these numbers grow back to 82% of what pre-pandemic levels were for Thanksgiving and 87% now in anticipation with growth going into the end of this year and into next year is where my question begins. I voted to fund the payroll support program with the understanding that supporting airline travel would help my constituents stay connected to the world and bolster tourism and economic opportunities back home. So my question for each of you is just yes or no. Compared to pre-pandemic levels, has your airline fully restored service schedules for your flight routes to and from New Mexico? Mr. Parker?
We have. We served Santa Fe, Albuquerque, and Roswell. We pared back some routes during the pandemic. We've restored all of them. We've actually recently added a route from Santa Fe to LAX.
And Mr. Kirby?
We also serve 3 airports. We did and continue to serve Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and Hobbs.
And Mr. Lafter?
Thank you, Senator. I believe that we have restored all service, but I'll verify that.
And Mr. Kelly?
We're your #1 airline in Albuquerque, so I was afraid you were going to skip me. We have not restored our flight activity across our system, so we're not back where we were. We have increasing flights coming in Albuquerque this month, and then again in May. And we hope to have our entire system fully restored, hopefully by early 2023, which would include Albuquerque as well.
Early
one route in particular.
2023.
It will take us that long, absolutely.
Are there other states in the same situation as New Mexico?
It is across our system. Yeah, there's no airline that is back to pre-pandemic flight activity yet.
You're the only one on here that's not back to pre-pandemic levels for New Mexico. And as you said, you're one of the most important airlines that we have. You were my preferred airline, by the way, Mr. Kelly. When I would fly to and from our nation's capital, I can't do that anymore because those flights take you through Houston and through other areas, and it's a longer journey. The reason that I'm asking this particular question, I know what many of our colleagues have asked it, is when entrepreneurs are looking to make investments or to move around, they do it based on direct hops. The fewer direct hops that we have, and especially with a flight that is as affordable, with staff as great as you have on Southwest Airlines, it stifles what's happening at home. And so I'm certainly going to advocate as a member of the Commerce Committee, as a newly elected United States Senator, with the power of the vote that I have, with how I can fight for my constituents. And so I look forward to following up on with that conversation. The other line of questioning that I have, and I don't know if it's come up today, but it's resulted from members in the past, is about bag storage or just bag transparency. I was surprised to see that there is no consistency with the size of bags that you can carry on or policies that the airlines follows. Southwest and Spirit follow the recommendations of your trade association, IATA, and have a carry-on bag limit of 50 total inches. Delta, United, and American, 45 inches. So should passengers be required to purchase different check-on bags depending on which airline they're going to fly? I don't understand that. And then there are the fees. So every airline charges a different amount to check your bag at the gate. And whether or not you have to pay depends on the gate agent often. It's still not consistent with flight to flight on the same airline. So the question that I have here, and I'll get through this quickly, Chair Cantwell, Mr. Parker, yes or no, do you believe customers deserve consistent and transparent luggage policies during air travel?
Yes, certainly across any individual airline, we all have, we may have different policies, but across any individual airline, yes, we try to give our customers very
In
consistent.
the individual airline, but not across domestic flights as a whole?
We don't all have the same policies. No, we have different aircraft that can hold different, that have the ability to hold different capacity inside. We're actually quite proud at American now of how we're transitioning all of our airplanes to much larger overheads that will allow all of our customers to bring on a rollerboard aircraft. So as things like that roll out, we end up with different policies depending on what type of aircraft we fly.
Mr. Kelly?
Well, we don't charge for bags, so there's no at the gate issue with us. Sounds like we've got the biggest bag, so I think we're in good shape on this one.
So you think that there should be consistency across the airline
Well,
industry?
I agree with Doug. I think airplane sizes are different and overhead bins are different. We actually have the choice on our aircraft to have different bins ourselves. So I think that's an individual airline choice and a matter of competitiveness.
Mr. Kirby?
We're also investing in larger overhead bins, so a full airplane, everyone can, every single customer can bring a rollerboard on board. And I think we should be internally consistent on how we behave and our message to consumers. But I'm not sure that we all, I don't think we should all have to have the same policies.
Mr. Lafter?
I would just echo what's been said and say that, we look forward to further conversation on that subject.
Oh, and Chair Campbell, I look forward to diving into this more. Senator Menendez brought this back up in 2015, I think, most recently, and other senators have raised this. It's inconvenient for constituents, for people that are flying across the country. Policies change depending on when you're at the gate, and most backpacks that you might carry as a carry-on, they don't even fit in that little deal that you check your bags in, by the way, and it's fun to watch who's asked to put their bag in there and who's not. Just consistency and transparency makes a difference as people are flying through here. So I look forward to following up there. Thanks again, Madam Chair.
Thank you. And Senator Luján, is this a DOE issue on Albuquerque?
No, we have gates. All of you are welcome to take up more gates and get more direct flights there.
That's what, no, I meant, so it affects DOE,
Oh, most
national
certainly.
lab travel to to here. I mean, I'm just pointing out that you're saying that is hindered.
Oh, most certainly. So when you look at Sandia National Labs, Los Alamos National Labs, Air Force Research Labs, all connected national security apparatus as well. And it does make a difference. And as I said, the most direct flights that save time just isn't available any longer, and that's for all constituents.
Well, maybe
and that's just one city.
Yeah, maybe that's some information we could, make available, but I would imagine that DOE traffic, and those two labs are one of the largest employers of your state, right? And,
Most certainly.
And we want that. We want that fast access back and forth, but we'll get some data to people and share that.
Thank you, Chair Campbell.
Thank you. I don't know if Senator Duckworth is joining us.